Well, nice to see so many of you again.
Thank you.
Really, it's a... We just had a wonderful time this morning. I don't know if you always laugh that much at services.
It's amazing.
So,
Very impressive.
So, Libby and I met in January of 1975. In the ignorance of youth, I listened to friends who on New Year's Eve, 74, we were at this bar in Ann Arbor, and they said, "Oh, you're better than that guy up there, why don't you audition?" So the next week I was in there auditioning, and I was very fortunate that she was the bartender.
So I don't have any problem telling you at all that I was the first person to hire David Tamulevich for a paying guitar gig. And now, I had no control over what you were being paid, by the way.
Yeah, it was a great, I got 2 months of work out of it, 5 nights a week, Tuesday through Saturday, 4 hours a night, $25 a night. That was like, wow, that was the big one, you know, that's almost...
And it got better, and it got better, and it got better, and it got
So
better.
this is one of the first songs we ever sang together. It's by a guy named Richard Pinney from Milwaukee. All these years I still haven't figured out what it means, but sometimes it just doesn't matter. I've got beggars on the trail, lean and a ragged railing to hold me while I'm ailing again. And if I think in cold, find that mother load, I'll be back on again. You may know me when I've been blessed, and I give you a song, then I'm gone with the rest. Same place in the corner, leave the key by the door, and I will leave in jubilation, returning for some more. But your face is froze across, and long ago been frosted over, and it looks unreal. When I doubt your mind, I'm pulled along by kind of a spirit. Oh, it makes me feel. You may know me when I've been blessed, and I give you a song, then I'm gone with the rest. Same place in the corner, leave the key by the door, and I will leave in jubilation, be returning for some more. Now I've got beggars on my trail, lean and a ragged railing to hold me while I'm ailing again. If I think in cold, find that mother Lord, I'll be back on again. You may know me when I've been blessed, and I give you a song, and I'm gone with the rest. Same place in the corner, leave the key by the door, and I will leave in jubilation, returning for some more.
Thank you so much.
Well, you've proved this morning that you could sing. So we're not going to give you as complicated as one as we did this morning. This is a very simple one. And now, there is a ringer in the audience here who may actually know the answer to this, who talks to owls. But this is a song called The Barred Owl Waltz, written by Pat Wiley from Wisconsin. And who knows what the barred owl says? That's right. Who cooks for you? And that's your part.
Who cooks for you?
Who cooks for you? So. Out on the front porch, under the stars, far from the city lights, noise of the cars, with the crickets and tree frogs and the whippoorwill calls, we dance to the barred owl waltz. Here we go. Who cooks for you? That's what the barred owls say. Who cooks for you? It's a piney wood serenade. Who cooks for you? We echo their call as they dance to the barred owl waltz. Well, we seldom see them, but we know when they're there, where their voices drift sweetly on the cool forest air, through an ocean of trees to our front porch dance hall, where we sway to the barred owl waltz. Who cooks for you? That's what the barred owls say. Who cooks for you? It's a piney wood serenade. Who cooks for you? We echo their call as we dance to the barred owl waltz. Well, they ask the same question of us every night. Can it be they've grown tired of eating raw mice? Maybe we should invite them to our next barbecue. They can dance to the barred owl too. Who cooks for you? That's what the barred owls say. Who cooks for you? It's a piney wood serenade. Who cooks for you? We echo their call as we dance to the barred owl waltz. Let's do it once more. Who cooks for you? That's what the barred owls say. Who cooks for you? It's a piney wood serenade. Who cooks for you? We echo their call as we dance to the barred owl waltz. Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you all? That's the Southern barred owl. So we're based in Michigan, and we love to play, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. This feels like home ground. But how many of you ever been? Well, you don't have to. I got a call from some people from my home state of Connecticut years ago, and they wanted us to play at a sea music festival. I tried to explain that we didn't do a lot of sea shanties anymore, and they said, no, we don't want you to do that. We want you to sing about lakes and rain and puddles, and because you're from the Midwest, you're exotic. So we do this song it's by Lou and Peter Berryman from Wisconsin, and it's kind of a public service because we tell a lot of stories about the Midwest. And we never let facts get in the way of a good story. But you guys will understand this. We tell them about the UP. I mean, that's the spiritual heart of Michigan. I don't know how many people have been over there. It's just a beautiful, beautiful kind of isolated little place. But we encourage people to come visit, but we don't want them to get
dialectically challenged, so let's just put it that way,
right.
because they speak a little differently.
But you'll understand it here. Hope you don't mind when an old man sings, helps me to keep my mind on things.
See?
When I go where the animals thrive, I sing this song on the treacherous drive. Dim deer, deer, here, dim deer, 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 here, deer, 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 everywhere. And that's your part. Dim deer, deer, here, dim deer, 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 here, deer, 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 everywhere. At dawn in fields and carnivorous groves, bucks and does come alive in droves. Just when you think that the coast is clear, there in the road is the white-tailed deer. Dem deer, deer, here, dem deer, 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 here, deer, 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 everywhere. Dem deer, deer, here, dem deer, 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 here, deer, 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 everywhere. In venison land as the day goes by, deer lay low while the sun is high. Sun goes down, night draws near, twilight brings out the white-tailed deer. Dem deer, 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 dem deer, 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 here, deer, 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 everywhere. Dem deer, deer, here, dem deer, 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 here, deer, 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 everywhere. Bucks bed down where the tall grass grows. Fawns stay does where the does does, does there, does here, and does in the habits of the white-tailed deer. Dem deer, deer, here, dem deer, 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 here, deer, 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 everywhere. Dem deer, deer, here, dem deer, 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 here, deer, 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 everywhere. You know, I think my guidance counselor in high school, if I ever said, yeah, I want to be a folk singer, we're going to sing Dem Deer.
So proud.
So, I don't know how many of you know Greg Brown. Yeah, you've heard Greg Brown. You know, he's quite a tremendous songwriter, and he's finally, after talking about it for decades, I think he's finally retired. I talked to him a couple months ago, and he's just so happy down there in his grandparents' farm down in Iowa, just fishing and hanging out with his friends. And this is a song of his that I've always loved. You know, when I grew up, we lived with my aunt because you know we couldn't afford a house, and in the basement there was a big long wooden cabinet. At one end, a glass front, and one end it was filled with canning jars full of tomatoes, and nobody ever touched those. When we were growing up, nobody ever ate them. One of them would explode every once in a while, but that was, you know, and I think they had been canned for World War II. And but I got fascinated with wanting to have a garden and canning food, and I've been very fortunate to be able to do it. But this is a song by Greg Brown. You're welcome to sing along once you get the chorus. There's peaches on the shelf, potatoes in the bin. Supper's ready, everybody come on in now. Taste a little of the summer, you can taste a little of the summer. Taste a little of the summer, my grandma put it all in jars. There's a root cellar, fruit cellar down below. Duck your head now, down you go. Peaches on the shelf, potatoes in the bin. Supper's ready, everybody come on in now. Taste a little of the summer, you can taste a little of the summer. Taste a little of the summer, my grandma put it all in jars. Well, maybe you're weary and you don't give a damn. I bet you never tasted her blackberry jam. Peaches on the shelf, potatoes in the bin. Supper's ready, everybody come on in now. Taste a little of the summer, you can taste a little of the summer. Taste a little of the summer, my grandma put it all in jars. When I go see my grandma, I gain a lot of weight. With her dear hand, she gives me plate after plate. She cans the pickles, sweet and dill, cans the songs of the whippoorwill, and the morning dew and the evening moon. And I really gotta go see her pretty soon, 'cause these canned foods you buy at the store, they ain't got the summer in them anymore. And you bet grandma sure as you're born, I'll take some more potatoes in a thunderstorm. Peaches on the shelf, potatoes in the bin. Supper's ready, everybody come on in now. taste a little of the summer. You can taste a little of the summer. Taste a little of the summer. My grandma put it all in jars. So let those December winds billow and blow. I'm as warm as a July tomato. I've got peaches on the shelf, tears in the bed. Summer's ready, everybody come on in now. Taste a little of the summer. You can taste a little of the summer. Taste a little of the summer. My grandma put it all in jars. Our first tour outside of Michigan, and we'll skip, not counting Toledo. That was, no, you know, Michigan traded the UP for Toledo, which was a good move. Oh, you know, we just had a wonderful time in Toledo playing, so, but that first time we didn't. But you know, I was so excited. It was a big 3-day tour. And the tour was Kenosha, which is down by Milwaukee. And the third day of the tour was La Crosse. And the middle date was Rhinelander. And I dutifully called up a week before the show to advance the show. And the people in Rhinelander said, oh, there's been a terrible misunderstanding. That we have booked you to come play the night of the town's annual potluck and dance. And nobody will be there, not even the producers of the concert. Everybody goes to the potluck and dance. And I was crushed, and they took pity on me, and they said, well, come sing between the potluck and the dance, and we'll pass the hat. And I said, welcome to folk music touring. That'll be great. And it was great. It was like, you know what, you all know what it's like in the North Woods and the small towns. There's nothing to do for 50 miles around. Everybody was there, and there were 4 generations. There were grandkids dancing the Virginia Reel with their grandparents. I mean, it was just great. And there were tables of food that we had no idea the names of. There was one whole table called White Food. Good though. Yeah, it just kind of, I was just doing an interview with a student at a college radio station out in Boston, and I knew what he was trying to get at. It basically was, don't you want to be more rich and famous? And finally, he got it, that, I mean, this is our audience of choice. I mean, this is where we want to be, and you're who we want to play for. And that the rewards of this go way beyond anything financial. You know, we had such a great time talking to so many of you this morning, and just want to get to know you all better, because this is a remarkable church and a remarkable community. So this is the song I wrote after that experience in Rhinelander. There's a dance tonight underneath the harvest moon, no honey, won't you come along with me? Your folks will watch the kids, we can dance the way we did back when you were shy, I was 23. You were a lovely sight to see, dancing every dance with me. And that cotton dress you wear, that's the flowers in your hair. And there's a magic in the night, with the moon shining so bright over. Won't you come along with me? Off the floor and back again, long time lovers, best of friends. Through the changes and years we have remained, And what was spark is now aglow, waiting only breath to blow it like kindling once again into a flame. Summer leans into the fall, full of stories to recall. Apple wine and autumn wind, in the company of friends, and the music finally sweet, rip the years from off our feet, and remember times we'll never see again. And there's a dance tonight underneath the harvest moon. Oh, honey, won't you come along with me? Your folks will watch the kids. We can't dance the way we did back when you were shy and I was 23. You were a lovely sight to see, dancing every dance with me. And that cotton dress you wear matched the flowers in your hair. And there's a magic in the night with the moon shining so bright. Oh, honey, won't you come along with me?
Yeah. This is another one of David's fine songs that I never tire of singing. Even after 50 years. Gosh, that's just blows my head away.
You know, I think everybody has things that happen in their childhood. I mean, it's a learning. You know, life is learning. You know, childhood is difficult because you don't have a whole lot of knowledge to fall back on, and a lot of kids go through tough things. And I wrote this song just kind of in the hope that you know, that somewhere along the line they experience some grace that comes into their lives and helps them through situations. And I want to dedicate this. This is something that's really been bothering me. You know, tens of thousands of Ukrainian children are being taken into Russia and just disappearing. It's like, it's obscene, you know, what's going on. And, you know, and so this is a song for them, just in hopes that, that there'll be something there for them. In the heart of the winter, the year I turned 10, my father took sick and died. With a scratchy old farm, 6 kids in lean towns, Mama fought pretty hard to get by. Spring was turned into summer when a man came traveling through. Said he'd work till the harvest was all stored away, and that meals in a room it would do. It was that or the banks, so my mom signed him on. His name it was Jerry Brown. On the front porch we'd gather when dinner was done, and the evening was settling down. And he'd tell us his stories of traveling, sing of old friends and places he'd been. And he mended our hearts on those long summer nights, and taught me to smile once again. He'd sing, ooh, there's a time and a place for goodbyes. Ooh, it's a sad and a sweet thing to cry, yes, to cry how I've cried. But the answers, they'll come by and by. He worked hardest two men was quick with a grin, though a distance remained in his eyes. And he never did say why he took to the road, and we knew well enough not to pry. But he understood how I was feeling, or at least to me, that's how it seemed. And late in the night, as I lay in my bed, songs they'd run through my dreams, singing, ooh. There's a time and a place for goodbyes. It's a sad and a sweet thing to cry, yes, to cry, how I cry. But the answers, they'll come by and by. October it came, the last corn was in, and Jeremy packed up to go. Heading down south was about all he would say. If he'd be back, he just didn't know. But I think that I knew as he held me, when somehow I could smile through the tears, that if I needed a friend, I would find him again in this song that I've sung all these years. I sing, there's a time and a place for goodbyes. It's a sad, sweet thing to cry, yes, to cry, how I cry. And the answers, they've come by and by. There's a time and a place for goodbyes. It's a sad, sweet thing to cry, yes, to cry, how I've cried. And the answers, they've come by and by. So, you know, most of us are of a certain age. There's some younger folks here. Mr. Hendricks, so
Thank you.
nice to meet you, and I'm so glad you're here. There's a lot to say about aging and aging folk music, but there are a lot of young people who are doing their own thing and loving folk music and getting in touch with the tradition. And this is a song by a couple of them, Ellie Grace and Brian Claflin, that was written for the Women's March. You know, when the Women's March happened, was it 2016? You know, we had concerts in New England, and we were driving out in Ohio, and as we got towards Cleveland, we just started seeing more and more cars with signs in the windows of women in pink hats, and in the rest stops it was like a revival meeting. You know, it was great. And you know, and I knew that somewhere in there, my daughter was going to her first protest ever down in Washington D.C. And she had a great time. And she said, "Yep, I was there for 4 hours, and I moved a block and a half." Because it was just such an outpouring. It just seemed like the heart and soul of the nation was down there, and it was being led by the women. So this is a song by Ellie Grace and Brian Claflin. Looks like it might be a hard road. I'm gonna walk it with you. And I know you might have a heavy load, but I can carry some too. I will lift you up when the push down. I raise my voice, stand my ground. Well, it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you. And it looks like it might be a long night, but I ain't going nowhere. And I know it's gonna be a hard fight, but I will stay right here. I will shine a light in the darkest hour. I will face the man in the tallest tower. Well, it looks like it might be a long night, but I ain't going nowhere. I will work, I will fight, I will strive in the name of love. I will speak, I will shout, I will sing to the skies above. Well, it looks like it might be a perilous climb, but I will follow your lead. And I know it's gonna be a long time till the last one of us is free. I will hold on tight, stay by your side. I will be with you for the whole damn ride. Now it looks like it might be a perilous climb, but I will follow your lead. And it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you. And I know you might have a heavy load, but I can carry some too. I'll lift you up when I push you down. I'll raise my voice, stand my ground. Well, it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you. I'm gonna walk it with you, yeah. I'm gonna walk it with you. I will walk, I will climb, shine my light the whole night through, because it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you. We also like to, we love being part of this tradition, just feeling like we're just links in a chain, you know, and hope you pass it along. And we love bringing up old things, folk music. This is actually a poem, and I don't know, this to me is part of the folk tradition. It was written in 1916 by a guy named Guy Wetmore Carroll. Guy Wetmore Carroll. He was a New York. He was a young man, New York newspaper writer, and I think he was the inventor of the fractured fairy tale, because he liked to take fairy tales and rewrite them and give them a twist. So this is called The Embarrassing Episode of Little Miss Muffet. Now, Little Miss Muffet discovered a tuffet, which hadn't occurred to the rest of us. And as 'twas a June day, and just about noonday, she wanted to eat like the best of us. Her diet was whey, and I hasten to say it is wholesome, and people grow fat on it. The spot being lonely, the lady not only discovered the tuffet, but sat on it. A rivulet gabbled beside her and babbled, as rivulets always are thought to do, and dragonflies sported around and cavorted, as poets say dragonflies ought to do. When glancing aside for a moment, she spied a horrible sight that brought fear to her. A hideous spider was sitting beside her, and most unavoidably near to her. Albeit unsightly, the creature politely said, "Madam, I earnestly vow to you, I'm penitent that I did not bring my hat. I should otherwise certainly bow to you." Though eager to please, he was so ill at ease that he lost all his sense of propriety, and grew so inept that he clumsily stepped in her plate, which is barred in society. Now this curious error completed her terror. She shuddered and, growing much paler, not only left Tuffet, but dealt him a buffet, which doubled him up in a sailor's knot. Now it should be explained that at this he was pained. He cried, "I have vexed you, no doubt. Your fists like a truncheon. You're still in my luncheon," was all that she answered. "Get out!" The moral to this, be it madam or miss, if whom you have something to say, it is only absurd if you get in the curd, but it's rude if you get... So I grew up in Connecticut, in a little town called Branford, which is about 100 miles east of New York City, 10 miles east of New Haven. There's a chain of islands off Branford called the Thimble Islands. 365 pink granite islands, at least at low tide. That's what it is. But and in the 1690s, the story is Captain Kidd hung out on those islands for a couple of months before he got caught and hung, and that he buried some treasure. And we always looked for it when we were kids. Summer people still come look for it. And doesn't matter to us that every town along Long Island Sound has got the same story. So this is a song about one of my relatives who got impressed by the British Navy, which was basically shanghaied and made to serve the king, and he didn't like it very much, and he ended up serving with pirates, and ended up with Captain Kidd. Now, what happens when pirates bury their treasure? What do they do? There has to be someone left to guard it. So he would, so they cast lots, and my relative was picked, and he was killed to guard the treasure. But they, here it is, 300 with rum, and but it's 300 years later, and nobody's found the treasure yet. And so he's kind of conflicted. He's in his hometown, and so that's the story here, and. Like we said, we never let truth get in the way of a good story, and that could be true. So my name is George Lindsley. I lived here long ago. My father was a lobsterman out of Lanthier's Cove. From Brantford up to Station's Head, for oysters and for clams, till a British frigate caught us, and I was a pressed man. The year was 1694, the kingship came around, and boarded his father's fishing boat out on Long Island Sound. The boatswain said, "Here's a fine lad, we'll take him on board. Now you're in the service of the king, and the articles of war. Heave away, me Johnnies, steady as she goes. Heave away, me boys, and let her go." Well, I was young and reckless, and I wanted liberty, and service on a kingship is one step from slavery. We captured a French smuggler out on the open sea. The captain named the prize crew off, that included me, but we were taken off Montauk Point as the wind began to lag by a swift and well-armed sloop of war that hoisted a black flag. The pirates gave us all a choice to sleep or join their crew. I never gave it half a thought about what I would do. Heave away, me Johnny, steady as she goes. Heave away, me boys, and let her go. Heave away, me Johnnies, steady as she goes. Heave away, me boys, and let her go. Well, we sailed halfway around the world, which was just fine with me. We were 100 men, but brothers in a crude democracy. The pirates lived for freedom, both ashore and afloat, and we each got an equal share, every man a vote. Now, I'm not going to tell you of all the things we did, but I'll reveal that my last duty was to sail with Captain Kidd. We buried his gold treasure, but with bones it had to lie. So we all cast lots, and in the end, it was me who had to die. Heave away, me Johnnies, steady as she goes. Heave away, boys, and let her go. For 300 years now, this has been my fate. Roam the these nimble islands and keep watch on this place. If the treasure's found, my freedom's gained. On a wild spree, I'll be bound. But my heart will always bring me home to these islands on the Sound. Every decade now I toss some silver out into the tide. The summer people come and search, and sometimes they will find. It amuses me to watch them work, it preserves the mystery, and I like their jokes and laughter, and enjoy the company. Heave away, Johnnies, steady as she goes. Heave away, boys, and let her go. Heave away, Johnnies, steady as she goes. Heave away, boys, let her go. So, I don't know if anybody's heard of this book or movie. It's The Man Who Planted Trees. It's an award-winning book and animated movie. It's really lovely. And we had a filmmaker friend who told me the story and then sent me the book and the CD to hear. And I didn't read the book or watch the movie until I wrote this song because the story was just so compelling. You know, sometimes a story just opens the door, and so I wanted. It's not quite the story of that. And then, with permission, we added a John Gorka song to this. John Gorka, I don't know how many people have heard him. You can meet him today. Perhaps he's here in the audience. So. A little bit west of nowhere is my town. A fading elegance falling down. Somewhere lost between the cracks. The world rushed through this place. I hope it never comes back. Politicians said, put your doubts aside. But spin is just another word for lie. They took this land, betrayed our trust, ground all our dreams away, left us tears and dust. So I started one September night. Sometimes you just do what you feel is right, with a shovel and some seedlings from a friend, and the will to try and make some kind of amends. I plant for you, I plant for me, I plant a prayer of hope with each and every tree. All for a world I'll never see. In the evenings you can find me planting trees. At first it was only me, and there wasn't much to see. Anger and despair still break the town. Leave it to the children to turn such things around. They started coming in ones and twos, wanting to know what they could do. And in this place where hope had died, they brought their joy of life, and the town regained its pride. They plant for you, they plant for me, they are the prayer of hope of each and every tree. All for a world they still may see. In the evenings you find them planting trees. When I grow up, I'm gonna be a tree. I'm gonna make my home with the birds and the bees and the squirrels. They can count on me when I grow up to be a tree. I'm gonna let my back get stiff, plant my feet in the ground, take the winters off, settle down, keep my clothes till they turn brown. When I grow up, I'm gonna settle down, and I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach till I know why. When spring comes by, I'm gonna get real green. When the dogs come by, I'm gonna get real mean. On windy days, I'll bend and lean. When I grow up, I'm gonna get real green. If I should fall a scar or more somber, please don't turn me into lumber. I'd rather be a wee little slugger, swinging for the seas. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach for the sky. I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach till I know why. And sometimes I walk to start my day and watch the morning shadows play. Like tiny hands they reach and weave, and so the earth gives thanks, and I find that's all I need. We plant for you, we plant for me, we plant a prayer of hope with each and every tree. Oh, for a world that still can be. In the evenings you can find us planting trees. We plant for you, we plant for me, we plant a prayer of hope with each and every tree. Oh, for a world that still can be. In the evenings you can join us planting trees. And I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna reach, and I know why. I'm gonna reach. Okay, well here's a song you can sing. It's our own version of this.
We do a few shows with Peter Yarrow in the year. This year, should I say it?
Yeah, next Saturday. Next Saturday is May 4th, the anniversary of the Kent State shootings. And we're going to be in Kent State with Peter Yarrow.
Doing a concert.
Kind of like unbelievable that to think that we'll be there on the anniversary. But we know Peter will know what to do.
That's right. But I'm scared anyway.
I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out a warning, I'd hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters. Oh, over this land. And if I had a bell, I would ring it in the morning, ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out danger, I'd ring out a warning, I'd ring out love between brothers and my sisters. Oh, over this land. And if I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out a warning, I'd sing out the love between my brothers and my sisters. Oh, over this land. Now I've got a hammer, and I've got a bell, and I've got a song to sing. Oh, this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about the love between my brothers and my sisters. Oh, over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters. Oh, over this land. All over this land, all over this land. So, I'm going to do another song by John Gorka because it's just one of the best songs I've ever heard. 2020 was my 50th high school reunion. We obviously didn't hold it then, and didn't hold it in 21, but they held it in 2022, and I couldn't go. But somebody had sent me a picture of my high school reunion, my 52nd high school reunion, and there were about 75 people there. And I looked at them, and I said, "Who are these people?" I mean, really and truly, there were only two I recognized, and they were two that I've been in touch, and I've seen them since then. I mean, it was pretty funny. But you know, when somebody pointed out who somebody was, you could see. I'm sure a lot of you have had the same experience. So this is a song John wrote about a high school reunion. No, I didn't drink. I didn't sleep awake. Last night I went back in time. There was a party, the reunion kind. The boys were all in ties. Some were in disguise. The hairlines and the frames of men not as I remembered them. It didn't matter much that we never kept in touch. Talk of work filled the in-between, back to the time when we were 17. Here's to the faded blue and gold, and here's to you, my friends. We're all right now, we're all right then, we'll be all right again. There was a book of names and pictures of the same, and I saw familiar ones among the names that are forever gone. And time had not undone the girls I had crushes on, though all of them are married now. I found my heart was working anyhow. I laughed and reminisced with the girls I never kissed. The school years were not all misspent, and the good times were no accident. Here's to the girls who danced with me, who never did back then. You made my night when you held me tight, you stayed until the end. Here's to the faded blue and gold, and here's to you, my friends. We're all right now, we were all right then, we'll be all right again. We're all right now, we were all right then, we'll be all right again. Yes, and if you've never seen John, or if you want to see him, which you should.
You just look over there.
No, he's doing a show at the Parkway I think it's May 17th. Yes, it's worthwhile, you know. So we're going to do one more song, and
you know this one. We taught you this one today.
Yes, we won't even do the introduction. It's just a song that's gone around the world, and a lot of churches are using it, and it's called "Ours is a Simple Faith." Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in His place every day. All things look around, we turn. They each say what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. No room in His heart for fear. No judgment day drawing near. Trust that inner voice you hear every day. Life is not a goal or race. It's about heart and faith and living a life of grace every day. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. Trust is an open hand, making an honest stand, rooted here in the land every day. Living in mystery, seeing the harmony here between you and me every day. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. Ours a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. What is the ground we till? Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled. Dreams fulfilled. Thank you for dreams fulfilled every day.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Doug.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out on this day and hearing this lovely music.
Thank you so much.
Very, very nice. And thank you, Glenn, also. David and Libby, wow. Have a good trip back.
Thank you so much.
And come back and see us sometime.
Will do.
Well, so, and you know, we have CDs on the back table, but there's also a bowl of marbles. And that's because I go down a couple times a year into West Virginia and I help make a couple special runs of marbles. And my share comes to 4 boxes of marbles that are almost 5,000 marbles. And I pick out a couple hundred of them that I really like and then give away the rest. So these are very special. They were made in the last 2 years. And yeah.
Who would believe that? A marble mogul, rock star, folks. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you all. Take a marble or 2 or 3, and we hope to see you. Hope to see you again.
Thank you very much.